Hi, I'm Michael Salla, and I want to talk about what I think really is happening at the moment in our world. And we are going through a really dramatic shift in how we understand the events that are happening around us. And my background in international politics means that I'm very interested in what is happening in the big picture of the world around us. And so international politics, as people normally understand the term, really just means the relationship between nation states. Global politics expands that a little bit more, where we look not just at nation states, but we look at multinational corporations, we look at non-government organisations, we look at movements happening around the world. All of these things interacting with nation states, transnational communities like the United Nations, all make up what we now call global politics. And most people kind of understand that. Now we need to expand that even more. We need to kind of like look at this as really like, almost like if we look at a chessboard and we think of chess as like, okay, there's this two-dimensional or this plane where you play this game of chess, and everyone knows in Star Trek you had this three-dimensional chess. Well, global politics is the same. We have to think in terms of not just this two-dimensional chessboard of global politics. We have to go into a three-dimensional chessboard now. And we need to think first what's happening below us, and then what's happening above us. So what is happening below us? Well, most people know of deep underground military bases that have been set up, that these are things that have been created through illicit funds by many major nation states that have black budgets that build these secret bases for all kinds of nefarious purposes, using advanced technologies that they then develop for all kinds of projects in terms of what's happening under the Earth's surface or what's happening in the Earth's oceans. We also need to consider that underneath us are these ancient civilizations. People talk about ancient Agartha or Atlantis and Lemuria. Well, these didn't disappear from the face of the Earth. These nations or these civilizations that existed on the surface of the planet, at some point in their history, they decided to go underground to preserve themselves from these cataclysmic changes on the Earth. So we have ancient human civilizations, we have ancient reptilian civilizations going back millions of years that have these advanced societies underneath our Earth, where they have these incredible technologies where they can monitor things happening on the planet Earth that they can use to interact with us on the planet Earth, either through technology or enhanced mind control, that they can actually influence behaviours on the planet Earth. So that means when we're understanding global politics, we need to understand now that we have to consider this deep underground level of civilization that is influencing us, another level of global politics. And now we go to the third level of global politics, which is going outside of the planet Earth. Now we need to look at the extraterrestrial civilizations. Many different extraterrestrial civilizations visiting our world. Some say that we have approximately 22 different extraterrestrial genetic strains in our DNA, and that is there for a number of reasons. ETs want to see how we behave with their genetics. They also want to basically insert their star seeds into the planet Earth. So it's like these star seeds, or in a way they become like representatives of these off-world civilizations, but in a way they're kind of like deep cover agents for these off-world actors. So they're also players on this planet. So you have these different ET races kind of viewing us, interacting with us, either overtly in some way through contacts or through star seeds, or then you have some of these races kind of like interfering with nuclear weapons. It's kind of like turning these on and off to kind of like have an impact on our world. You also have secret space programs up there that are being developed by indigenous civilizations on the earth, going back to these ancient times, or more recently going back to the era of Nazi Germany, and then what happened as a result of Nazi Germany developing these off-world capabilities in the 30s and 40s, and then major nation states like the United States and Great Britain and Canada, Australia, and these other countries that sided with the US, or places like Russia, all decided to set up their own off-world programs. So all of these things add another level of complexity to what is happening around the earth. So now global politics really becomes kind of this multi-leveled, three-dimensional chessboard. And I think this is the thing that most people on the planet are going to have to really consider as a big change from the way in which we understand the big picture of what's happening around us. We've got to go beyond just looking at nation states and multinational organizations and non-governmental entities or multilateral institutions like the World Bank or the United Nations. We have to think in terms of things that are influencing global politics on the surface of the planet, coming from beneath the Earth's surface, and what's also coming from outer space.